to good old days, huh?
Okay, just turn. I thought I screwed it up.
Yeah.
Well, that's good that you had a gig.
Yeah. Well, it's been a monthly thing here lately.
Yeah,
I think it's going to continue.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what group is it that you're playing with? Anybody that played at the club before?
Yeah, one guy, Jim Calm, a tuba player.
Okay, yeah.
The other three, I don't think did.
Okay.
But
Jim Calm been on here a number of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, he was originally going to go to the reunion, but I know you had to bail out on it.
He also plays the organ, doesn't he?
yeah, he plays cathedral organ.
Right.
He's a wonderful musician. But his graduate degree had an emphasis in tuba, believe it or not.
Wow.
A graduate.
Music education. And
Christian has a graduate degree in cooking and banjo.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
In Italian. Oh, wait a minute, he's back home. I should recognize your kitchen. Okay.
I'm back in the saddle again.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. That's great.
Yeah. Had a long but uneventful flight, which is what I always like. And so I've just been taking it easy for a couple of days to make believe I had jet lag.
Oh yeah. Well, of course, you gain a lot of time coming back this way, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's
You
yesterday.
leave in the morning, you get home in like at 3:00. So it's not a bad thing. Yeah.
Is it a direct flight from Italy or what?
No, I had to go to Philly and switch there, and then actually didn't get home till about 8:30, 9:00.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Dave.
But you
Hello,
flew
people.
But Rome
good to
got
see
you
you.
all the way into the United States.
Yeah.
Wow.
how long were you gone, Chris?
About 2 months.
Really?
Welcome
Yep.
back. Welcome back.
Hey, Dave, you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh yeah. I just saw my screen is there's some thunderstorms in the area.
You're looking like Max Headroom.
Yeah. Well, Chris, did you have some good food over there?
It's unbelievable. Their dedication to fresh food, that everybody shops like every day. So and it's very competitive in the market that I go to. So, people want the best of everything. And even when you ask them, you say, like, I want, 4 tangerines, you can pick them yourself. Or I find that it's better if I ask them, because they will always give you the 4 best that they have. Always. Wow. And because they don't want you coming back and going, hey, yeah. But the food is just so delicious, and the restaurants are terrific too. It's very reasonable over there. You can go into a neighborhood restaurant and have an appetizer and a pasta, and it's going to come to less than $20. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what about tipping over there? Because I know in Holland you don't tip very much.
Very little. If you just a euro or 2 per person, I think is what I would tip, and they think it's wonderful. On a cab, and when you take a cab, you just round up to the next euro. That's all.
Wow.
How much is a euro worth in bucks now?
It's about it costs you about $12 to get 10 euros.
Okay. All right. About $1.20 a euro.
Yeah.
Can you speak Italian?
No, very little. I just mishmash it a little bit, but they're very generous.
They get the hands going, and then you say like.
You got to get a few words. You got to know the numbers, and then you got to say, "I want."
Well, if you got yourself a little black hat, you'd look like Mario.
Yeah, right. I wear my beret over there. Well, I wear it over here too, but
yeah.
As long as they don't think you're French, you're okay.
Oh, they don't like the French?
Oh my God, they are so funny about the French. If a French person is at the market, like, or there's somewhere buying something ahead of you, or coffee or something like that, when he leaves, everybody in the place just goes Chasey.
Oh, boy.
They
Okay,
have a bad rep. They have a very bad rep.
Lordy.
But now I know everybody where I go, so they know who I am. And my daughter's there all the time. So I'm Mary Ann's dad. That's who I am. You know?
Okay.
And they're good with that.
Yeah. See,
But I'm glad to be home. You know, it's quite an adventure. I don't do the sightseeing thing. It's just family for me. But it's nice to be home. It's nice to be in this space big enough that you can move your hands like this. The apartment that I had, everything is like in the shower. I have to turn. Part of me is always touching the sides. You know, it's unbelievable how small they make the showers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, boy, I guess the water has to come straight down on you, huh? I guess.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, straight. Okay.
Little thing on your head, and that's it.
Yeah, boy.
I
No.
have to,
But now is the shower in a different room from the toilet?
Not in this case. No, in my apartment, the bathroom has a shower, and then it has a toilet and a bidet and a sink, and that's standard issue.
So you can use
They
the
don't do
shower.
baths very much.
So you can use the shower to get your head done, and then the bidet for the rest.
Well, the bidet is pretty important.
Just move around a
I
little
get-
bit, you know. Just
You get spoiled. I'll tell you. I think it's very accommodating.
David just sent a message that he's waiting for the internet to calm down, and he's not French.
He's not.
I guess he can hear, he just can't see. I mean, we see his,
David Krippner.
yeah.
He only pretends to not be French. We know better.
Well, I had one of my best meals in the world in France. I was working over there, and my youngest son went along to carry equipment, and we were there a day early, and we were on the Champs-Élysées, whatever it's called. And there was a hot dog vendor, and he took this big piece of French bread and stuck it on a spike to make a hole for, and he says, you know, what do you want? And I said, mustard and blah, blah. He puts that in there, then he drops a hot dog in the hole, and with that French bread, I swear that was the best meal I've ever had.
The best. Yeah. Yeah, all the best restaurants serve that. You know,
Not too many hot dogs, but you know, and the
yeah,
hot dog wasn't like a hot dog. I mean, it was a
Oh, yeah.
sausage,
real meat.
real meat.
This is a cookie that is very popular, and I love the name of it. It's called Brutti ma buoni, which means ugly but good.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, I think I dated her.
Yeah, boy. So,
Okay, here's
what's the,
Bonjour.
you saw the cookies, so you came on.
yeah.
Yeah, look good. Look, well, it
What's
didn't
the
look good.
ingredients
but
to
I'm
that cookie there?
It's an egg white batter, so it's sort of fluffy and a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
soft in the middle, and then chopped up hazelnuts, toasted hazelnuts,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Yeah.
How did you get into cooking? I mean, what attracted you?
I was born into a family of food fanatics.
Okay, there you go.
My mother
Okay.
and my grandmother were terrific cooks. And as we grew
Yeah.
up, all we wanted to do was
Italians?
cook like them.
Chris, are they Italian?
Yeah. Well, they would say no, they were Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, man.
But they do make that distinction.
Yeah, my family's Sicilian.
Uh-huh. My sister's over there now. She left from Rome and went with my cousin to go to the place where my great grandfather was born and married, and then he came over here like in 18 77 or something.
Mm.
So they're digging up all the records at the churches, their baptisms and weddings and all of that. In Palermo and a little town called Monreale.
Yeah, my family's from Palermo also.
You could have been in a band together in Italy.
Yeah, maybe so.
I know.
Maybe our grandpa played banjo together.
It's probably-
Actually, my great grandfather played mandolin.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all would have been playing mandolin out in Italy, right?
Yeah, I still have his mandolin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you play it? Can you play it?
No, not anymore. It just has deteriorated. Like all of the stuff between. It's one of those rounded bottom ones, and in between all of the lathes of the back, all that filling has come out, and it's ready to fall apart. So I leave it just to look at.
It's not like a Stradivarius then.
No,
It doesn't age well, doesn't it?
no.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I was glad I was able to connect with you guys while I was over there. It's just it was a late night. It was like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I stopped sending you stuff. I looked on the whole list and I couldn't figure out what happened to your name because
I was trying to figure out what I did wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong. It was me. But I don't know how I did it. But when you asked and I looked and it wasn't there, I go, oh hell. So then I
Another
put you back.
Cyber mystery.
Yeah.
Hey, Snake, you okay? You weren't here. Well, wait, you weren't there the last 2 weeks, were you? I wasn't there last week.
Last week I had a gig, and the following week or the previous week to that, I just spaced it out.
I know. I almost missed today. Last week, Karen, my wife, is having trouble with memory issues and a lot of, things that are coinciding with that. And she wasn't getting out very much, and she was out last Friday. We were out, and so that's why I couldn't get on.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
Yes,
no,
Dave.
I'm sorry to hear about her.
Yeah, I tried to call you, Dave, but couldn't
Yeah.
get left a message.
Must have had a weak connection again.
Yeah, here comes Gim.
Ashley, yeah.
Now, Gim was absent last week and the week before too, I think.
Yeah.
Jim, welcome back.
I think Gim might have been here last week, but I don't know if it was.
But
2
Gim
weeks
went
ago.
a couple weeks ago when you were talking about Joel's wives and stuff. I did edit that out before I sent that video. I guess Gim can't hear.
Yeah.
Does he have his audio on yet? No.
Jim, can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up.
Nope, he's trying to get it.
Yeah.
This is what it was like after I left early one day and I came back 2 hours later after dinner and Roger was on the screen
Oh, yeah.
looking like this. And I didn't really know what to do. And I said, hey, Roger. He kind of went a little nuts. And I go, yeah, you didn't click off and you were still on. And
Yeah.
That's good.
It says Gim is connecting to audio. Maybe his volume's turned down.
well, he'll figure it out in a minute. So if I went to Italy, Chris, what would be a great restaurant to go to?
Olive
Well, I
Garden.
would go to a neighborhood and just go to one of the neighborhood restaurants, like where we are in Testaccio. There's a place called Antico Forno, and it's just, people go down there because they don't want to cook at home, and but they don't. I always book our reservation there for about like 7 o'clock, which is late for me for dinner, and then it's empty, and then by 8 o'clock it starts to fill in. And that's when people eat dinner. They eat 8 o'clock, starting at 8, and then they don't leave until 11. By the time they have their first course and the second course and some dessert and wine and blah, 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 it's 3 hours, and they love it. Nobody ever throws you out of a restaurant. As a matter of fact, it's really hard to get the check. Nobody comes around and says, you know, are you ready for your check or anything like that? Never. That's verboten entirely. So you have to ask for your check, and they'll let you sit there till the cows come home,
Mhm.
which is great. There are some famous restaurants, obviously, but I just find that all you're getting is a higher price and some strange prestige, but the food is not necessarily better in any of those fancy restaurants than it is in the neighborhood restaurants.
Right.
Well, I'm dropping some people off next Wednesday at the airport that they're going to Sicily.
Oh, Sicily, okay.
And I was gonna drop a name of a restaurant, but I'll just tell them the neighborhood.
Well, Sicily, I don't know Sicily at all. I've never been there.
Well, where are you from?
Where we're from is Sicily, but I always go visit my daughter in Rome, in Testaccio.
Gotcha.
Pistachio. Mhm.
And there I could recommend a couple of restaurants, the Antico Forno, La Torricella, Felice is another great restaurant.
Yeah. And I like the idea of eating at a local place. You probably get more of the cuisine and the atmosphere better.
Oh,
than
yeah.
The highfalutin ones.
David said he'd go to Olive Garden.
Olive Garden, yeah. If they got a Domino's, yes.
Yeah, Batiste.
Olive Garden gives you endless salad or endless breadsticks or something.
Yeah. Never was one of my favorites. Here comes Gim.
Comes Gim again.
Here comes Gim again.
Um,
We got the message from
Ira?
Ira. Yeah, he's gonna be.
Ira's not gonna
He's
be
gonna be
here.
even later than usual.
Oh my. Ira's funny because he always comes on. Hey Gim, can you hear us? Nope.
Can't hear us?
Yeah, it's on mute.
Can he see us? Because I don't know if he. Oops, he disappeared again.
I think it's the same storm system here that's up there.
Oh,
Yeah, he should have a lot of snow.
mhm.
He may, yeah.
I know my niece in New Hampshire has a bunch of snow.
Well, look at California. They had to dig people out of their houses in California. It was like
I
crazy.
know.
We're
Yeah.
supposed to get some snow this week.
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting snow this weekend and
Well, it's terrible weather here. It's like about 70 degrees, clear blue, no humidity,
Yeah,
Oh,
nice breeze.
so sorry, Bill.
Yeah, man. It's
yeah, we'll enjoy it because when the summer gets here, you'll be suffering.
yeah, right. During the summer, like I don't go outside in August, period.
It's about 40 degrees and dreary here. in Denver.
Yeah. We're supposed to be getting some of it. It was supposed to blow through some bad weather last night, but it never did,
we got here.
Yeah. Well, Rick's going to be gone for another 4 weeks, doing
Fish fry.
fish fry for his church.
That's what he did last year.
Yeah, we usually go pick up something later after we knock
What
off.
Dottie and I are doing as soon as I get off of this call.
Mhm.
You
Going,
gonna go get some of Rick's fish?
not Rick's. Rick's is too far, but I
Yeah.
bet you there's 15 schools doing fried fish within 10 minutes of my house.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, they publish a map so that you can look wherever you are.
Yeah.
It's within 15 feet of you, there's a fish fry.
That's how it is here, Chris. I tell you, I can go in my car right now and be at 10 of them in less than 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
So what we did last Lent is we just did a different one every Friday night.
That's nice.
And some of those schools, it's the men's club that put them on. So they do a good job. I mean, they're serious about their fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually you get, typically here we get either potato salad or fries with a piece of cake with it too. And 2 or 3 nice sized strips, catfish usually.
Well, around here in Metairie, Billy, they doing catfish and shrimp fried together,
Oh,
know, both of
okay.
them fried on a plate, so you get a combination plate,
Okay,
shrimp, some potato salad or
Mhm.
coleslaw.
yeah.
So that's pretty good, yeah, and a dessert. It costs what, $11? You can't beat that.
No,
And it's a donation too. All those
Right.
people usually donate all the goods and their labor, so most of it goes, to
To the school.
or to the club, Yeah. But anyway, I thought I was waiting for Gim to get on to play this is back from the 50th reunion, in the bar. Here it is. Yeah.
That was pretty good. I counted 10 banjos.
Half of us weren't playing. I wasn't playing there.
Yeah, that
Hey,
was,
there
people
Who
were
was-
joining in when they wanted to. That was in the bar right when you walked into the 10th reunion, to 50th reunion.
Well,
It was really cool,
who was the sharp man that played washboard with the blue shirt on and nice hair?
Don't remember.
Looked like Mike was ready to go grab the washboard from him.
And the funny thing is, that song we rarely played in the clubs.
Yeah.
What was it?
I couldn't, I can't,
Honeysuckle
think- I
Rose.
don't know the name of it.
Honeysuckle Rose.
Say again?
Honeysuckle Rose, and we
Honeysuckle
rarely
Rose,
played
really?
it.
Okay.
Now, in the jazz bands, you played every night,
Mhm.
but in
Yeah.
in the Mustache, that was not a, very rarely did we play that.
Mhm. Yeah, well, I think people were just sitting down, and whatever song somebody wanted to start, it looked like everybody was just jumping in on it,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
back
what was
then.
going on.
It was nice.
You know, all the jazz guys know that one because they played every night, but the Mustache,
Mhm.
I guess it didn't have the oomph that I've been working on a railroad had.
Well,
That'd be a good song for Ohio right now.
well, nobody could sing along with that one because I don't know the words to it. Yeah.
A
So
few
we,
more trombone. Go ahead.
Now here
Go
comes
ahead.
yeah,
Pete Tuba.
Pete
Pete
Tuba. Yeah, but so that was Honeysuckle Rose, you said, Barry?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. We had exactly 3 more trombones in that one number than we had at the reunion. Anyway,
Is that-
And you had good ones. That was Charlie Borneman and
Yeah.
Herb Roselle.
yeah. Mhm.
Hey, Pete.
There he is.
Hey, Pete,
Hello,
Pete.
Pete.
We got Gim's iPhone, but I don't know if he can hear us, or can you hear us, Gim?
Think so. Can you hear me?
We hear
Yeah.
you. I just can't
can
see.
hear you, can't see you though, Gim.
Tried it on my iPad. My iPad wouldn't work.
Well, we were seeing you. We were seeing you. We just weren't hearing you on your iPad.
I know I couldn't get my microphone to work. I have no idea.
And now we can hear you, but we can't see you. Well,
That's okay.
That's better.
You have a great face for radio.
Yeah.
Isn't this where we say never look better?
Yeah.
Peter, I heard a thing on Facebook today with you on it. You and Yoakum and all the Banjo Kings at Disney World doing Seems Like Old Times.
Yeah.
It was good. Very good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I
Pete,
enjoyed that.
was that you playing at it was Peoria and with
Yes.
the Banjo King?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had your hair well groomed in that Disney video.
Yeah.
Peter was the second best tuba player at Disney.
Who was first?
Yeah, tell him. Tell him all the rest of them, huh?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Y'all were talking a little bit of trash almost last week about Pete. What was it, Nasty Pete?
Oh,
Wasn't me.
I didn't know we got the tape. We better check.
I think was
That was Gentry. Gentry called Peter nasty.
Gentry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
was-
right.
that's who it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember.
He was saying that
He said you used to try to, when women would come on the stage, you would try to take their bras off or unhook their
Yeah.
bras.
Yeah, that was Gentry that said that. Not Pete.
He's not here.
I
yeah.
can tell by that smile on your face that it's true.
We all got our hidden secrets.
And the fact that you could do it while you're playing the tuba at the same time, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Gentry all the time when the ladies would come by the bandstand if it was in half the club to go to the restroom. And as soon as they'd get past in there, we can hear you.
Oops. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. I was looking for something. Okay.
And of course, LaRue always liked to have the flashlights on the ladies when they were walking
Oh
by.
yeah. Yeah, LaRue could stand flat foot behind the bar and jump on top of the bar with a flashlight and shine on a lady's butt when she's heading towards the bathroom. All in one move.
Who was that?
LaRue Cole, he was one of the assistant managers.
God damn it, it's snowing here.
Well, you're in Colorado, for God's sakes. What do you expect?
I said, a little warmer weather.
Yeah. Now, if I looked out and it said it was snowing, we'd have a story.
Jim, how's your weather?
Spooky. It's really weird. We had 6 inches of snow on Monday and by Wednesday it was gone. In 50 when usual weather is like in 30. And so it's been very mild up here.
Wow.
Yeah, in fact, it's snowing pretty good. Shit.
Well, if you want to go out and play in it, we'll understand.
That is it.
You've seen enough, huh?
Yeah. I don't like to be cold anymore.
So that's the picture that was sent to me, and I put it on the invitation. That's the old Your Father's Mustache from Point Pleasant.
Where's the entrance?
I don't know. I guess over there. I don't know.
Oh,
Barry said I had some pictures of people in front of it, but I can't find them.
It is a picture with Eugene LeBeau and Bill Higby. And the building was brown.
Oh, the original one. Yeah.
Bill Higby, wasn't he the left-hander?
Yes.
Is he still
Yeah,
with us?
he was saying, Henry had to say, had to jack off last night to get my heart going again.
Go ahead, Peter.
I played the Point Pleasant Club for a whole summer with Neil DeFeo as the trombone player, and different other players joining us in and out. But Neil and I rented we didn't rent it. We stayed at this at a house in Neptune, New Jersey. And then he and I bought a car because Neil didn't drive at that time. And so I could drive us back and forth from the club to our house. It was a great summer.
All right.
You know what, Chris, when I found out when I was playing in New Jersey, those were the singingest people. All the people along the Jersey Shore coming from Philadelphia and stuff, they knew the words to every song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was outside my other house before I moved here. One of our first get-togethers, I guess, huh?
Is that Milton Mary?
Milton B. Mary.
Looking
famous
a
Milton
little
Mary.
menacing. Yeah, it looks a little menacing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Milton. All right.
yeah.
After that party, my wife said, "Were you like that?" And I go, no, I didn't.
Nobody was like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Milton's quite the character.
Yeah, well, he's not a doctor. Dr.
No,
Charlie Mary's a doctor.
his dad. His dad
That was
was,
his uncle.
yeah. I thought it was his dad, but anyway, but yeah.
No,
I remember.
I've been over to Dr. Charlie Mary's house
Mhm.
before with Vince Vance. They're all related.
Remember right after the mustache, Milton opened up a place on Maple Street called Quasimodo's.
I
Right.
remember that.
Yeah, but I went there and saw him a couple times.
Huh? And from what I remember, it was fairly successful for a while. But like all those teeny bopper bars or college bars, they have their day and then they die out. I guess.
What was that, the Fado Dough?
No, the Quasimodo's.
Oh,
Quasimodo.
But here's one of Roger's pictures, because Roger just sent me some pictures, and
Oh, jolly good.
there's Joel.
That's a good
Jolly
one.
good.
I have a whole bunch of there. I just couldn't find them right now.
Well, that's one.
I mean, pictures of that reunion up in New Haven. I can see them in my photos, but when I get to load them up, I can't seem to find them.
Yeah, you should sit here and try to do what Billy and I do.
Well, the problem is you're looking at little bitty thumbnails and you're trying to figure out what you're looking at.
This is the second picture that Roger sent.
Well, I'm a square.
Oh,
Expose
that was-
yourself.
Expose yourself. These days you couldn't get away with that.
Yeah, yeah, we never did have nickel beer. Look at that, nickel beer.
That was in Denver.
Yeah, I know, I think we had 15-cent beer but we did have the liquor for 50 cents for the ladies and 10-cent champagne.
Where Larmer Square is where the Friday afternoon club started.
Yeah, actually Kent and I worked one
Yeah,
or two of these when we were out there. Now, what kind of beer did you have in Denver?
Schlitz.
Oh, okay, it wasn't Coors, huh?
No. Coors tried to get our account at one time. And also did Budweiser.
Hmm.
Because
I will-
now that was in the days when
Oh,
the
that-
breweries and distributors could give you gifts for serving their beer. Schlitz gave us a lot of gifts.
Yeah,
I remember one night in the mustache that I think kept me. Ride was waiting. This old guy, he must have been 80 years old, and said, "Give me one of them nickel beers." And Ken said, "We haven't had a nickel beer since Warren Harding."
Oh, God.
yeah,
Well, here's another Roger picture. Yeah, we already have this one, but this is a nice one.
that's a
Yeah,
good
that-
one.
That's when the mustache first opened up, because you can see where it says the intellect.
Right.
That's where the intellect was. And the gentleman by the name of Joe Biggs owned that. Joe Biggs was also a private investigator. He was quite the character. And it was a big hangout for musicians to come and just hang out and jam in there.
Mhm.
It pretty much stayed the same until we changed it into Clarity and then sort of
Yeah.
gutted it out and cleaned it out.
What was Andy's before Clarity, right?
Yeah, it became Andy's after Intellect, I
Andy's was-
think.
Oh, I knew Joanne and Max, her husband.
Yeah,
We lived in the same big house I lived out on Esplanade Avenue,
Yeah.
which is now where the Musicians Union is. And so I went to her because she's already was interested in getting in the restaurant bar business. So I leased it out to them for a while.
hmm Was that when Les Moore was playing still, or?
Yeah, Les Moore started playing at Andy's.
Mhm.
I caught Jerry Jeff Walker sitting in at Andy's one night.
Yeah, there were a lot of people drifting in and out of when Andy's, and also when it's Clarity. We had a lot of Jimmy Buffett was in there when it's Clarity, and Leon Redbone, and
Yeah,
a couple of the Allman Brothers hung out there.
yeah. I used to like be able to walk through the beer stand, but walk through the beer cooler and you could get in there.
They had two guys that played there for a long time. They called themselves Rant and Rave. Remember them?
Yeah. Yeah, there was
The guy's name was
Sometimes
Dave,
on-
but they called themselves Rant. It was Randy and Dave, but they went by Rant and Rave.
Yeah, they would play up on Royal Street, and I think they would move to California
Right.
and switch. They would play.
They had a good little act.
I love that old car sitting in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like something from the 50s.
Yeah, absolutely.
I often wondered who got that sign because it stayed up for 2, 3, 4 years after the fire.
What sign?
Really?
It says your father's mustache hanging over the sidewalk.
Oh, I don't know. A lot of that stuff was shipped off and taken up to New York, but I don't remember who took the sign down.
But like I said, it stayed up for a few years after the
Yeah,
fire.
exactly. You're right. Yeah. That was weird going in there after the fire. It was felt
Must have been really
spirits,
crazy.
all the spirits running around.
Yeah.
I lost the sousaphone.
Got rid of the rats.
Remember Red?
They just
Yeah,
went
I think
next
they were
door.
served as barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
God.
lost the sousaphone. Charlie Hernandez lost a tuba from Loyola. I lost a banjo, and Buzzy Podwell he was subbing for me. I had to go get my throat scraped out, and I was out for a week. And Buzzy come to sub for me the first night, and then that night, the next morning was the fire, and he lost that Gibson banjo.
Mm.
Mm.
And the bad news is there was no insurance money for that. At least we didn't see it.
No,
Mm.
well, there was a lot lost. A lot of great, a great business and a lot of great memories.
Yeah,
But like Maynard Chatted says, it's a good thing the mustache burned down, because if it would have, we'd all be dead.
Truth to that.
yeah. Now we see you again.
Yeah, for some reason,
Where you at? There you
for
is.
some reason, or it started again.
Okay. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah.
I'm having a bad day with electronics.
Oh, I think you might have to kill your phone though. It looks like your voice is going on both of them.
Okay.
I have to-
Oh, the iPhone. It's got the iPhone.
Yeah, that's
Shit.
what we got here.
So I said, Gim, before when you had it, the audio off, a couple of weeks ago when you were talking about Joel's wife, that
Yeah.
I cut all that out before I sent out the video.
Very good of you, old boy.
Which one?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Here's one that Mike Johnson sent. I don't know if y'all showed it when I wasn't here or not.
Yeah, that's one of the New York guys
Yeah, came down to
for the Mardi Gras.
Everything's
Yeah.
big except the boobs.
yeah,
I think his name was Kenny.
Kenny. Okay. So he can rock a bra and a tablecloth, I'll tell you what.
Don't put Peter next to him. Peter tried to undo it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Mike had sent that in a couple weeks ago, and I did put it up last week. I don't know. Anyway. So do they dress like that in New York sometimes too?
I never saw that. Only down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Here's another Roger picture.
That's a good one.
I
Yeah.
know those boys.
Yeah, that's that was in the behind in Fritzl's in the back.
Hmm.
I
No,
see
maybe
on
it was up,
Facebook that Rubio's down in the islands vacationing.
He is.
That was actually at Maison Bourbon in the back, yeah. Because I went to listen to both of them were playing there.
Right. That was Mason Bourbon.
Right.
And when Yoakum came back, he calls me up. He said, "Barry Foo." He said, "I'm broke and I need a hat." And I gave him that hat. It used to be my hat. I gave it to him. Yeah.
It was a nice hat.
Mhm.
Was it real Panama or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a bunch of them. I wore
Okay.
them for years.
How long has Yoka been gone?
Oh, a little over a year, I guess, maybe 2 years.
He passed away after maybe our first month of doing these Zoom meetings.
He came
was
on
on-
two Zoom meetings he was on.
And then he got on one, he said that he was getting his treatment and he was very hopeful. And then the next thing we heard, he had passed. So
Mhm.
whatever month we started the Zoom meeting is pretty much the month he passed away.
What did he die of?
Cancer, wasn't it?
I'm not sure exactly what it was.
He
Some,
was
some with the
he was-
lymph nodes and all that.
he was in quarantine toward the end because he couldn't come out.
Right. Sometimes what they do to treat the leukemia, it kills all your white blood cells and you basically don't have any immunity to anything.
Yeah.
You know, so
I was texting him at that time when he was in the quarantine. It was pretty interesting. He was
yeah,
very positive till the last message I got from him.
Yeah, no, he was positive at the last Zoom meeting too.
Yeah.
He felt
He
like,
was, when I was, came down, visiting there. I don't know if this is the time he and I went over to Fred's, thing of a celebration of life. But he came and picked me up in this old car. And we got in the car and he said, "Now, I don't have any air conditioner." I said, "Okay." This was in August sometime. And of course, he was a heavy smoker too. So
oh,
we were riding over to Mississippi and then no air conditioning, but the radio worked good. And he said, "No, we just had a great talk." And he was so happy to be back in New Orleans.
Right.
He's made a statement to me, which I thought was odd. Later on, after he passed on, he said, "I came back here. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here till I die." And of course, it didn't. That didn't quite happen. But he loved New Orleans. He loved the music and all his people and his friends. He's very happy there.
yeah,
And he's a New York native.
Yeah,
I've been to his mother and father's house in Manhattan, a
Yeah.
number of times. I remember one time in between gigs, he was a cab driver in New York. Can you imagine doing that?
yeah. He's probably great at it.
Yeah.
mm,
That's when the big days before they had the shields up. Maybe you could
Right.
talk to the people in the back.
yeah. Yeah, well, at Fred's memorial, that was the last time I saw Yoke, and also last time I saw Bob Osborne, before he passed too.
Yeah, he passed away.
That was a nice deal for Fred.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
His son sort of put that together.
It was a real nice deal.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Roger, you look good with the Hawaiian shirt on, man.
Thank you. I have lots of them.
Yeah. Me too. It seems like about
Where's
9
your
minutes.
shirt? Where's your shirt today, Bill?
Now, I've got a black shirt on today. I usually wear Hawaiian shirts, so.
Well, when you get our age, we go for comfort.
Really?
We pass how it looks. We
That's
pass
right.
that shit.
Slip it on.
Comfort and pockets.
That's right. Pockets. Then you can't remember what pocketing is in.
Last one.
That's a good shot too. I think those two shots are the only two shots. They might be maybe a handful of shots of the exterior of the mustache in New Orleans.
I have a couple more. They're in color.
I wish you'd send them to Tom or Billy so we could
Yeah,
see
I
because
will.
this one and the one we saw a little while ago and maybe a couple more are the only ones I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I checked that page, the Facebook page, Bourbon Street. They show pictures of all the old clubs.
Yeah.
And the only two they show is this one and the one we saw a few minutes ago.
What's the name of that site called? No Longer Here or something? Or
Ain't
there
there no more?
Ain't There No More.
Bourbon Street, something like that.
I think they call it Ain't There No More.
Ain't There No More?
But that's a good shot.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's that sign that stood up there for all those years. Every time I walked under it, while the mustache was burnt, it was closed, it was burnt down. I said, I wonder who's going to get that sign. Who's going to get that? I'd like to have it.
Yeah.
How do we go about getting? In fact, one time Danny and we came up with a plan to come steal it. But who would we be stealing it from? It was like 2 years after the mustache burned down. Nobody was there.
Just put on some overalls and some official looking stuff and get a ladder and take it down.
Well, we thought about it. We never got around to doing it. I wish I would have.
Mm. Yeah.
I have a picture of that sign when it was delivered, and when it's still packed up.
Mm. Yeah, we have to get into your old archives there, Roger. So,
Did we lose Gim again?
Oh, looks
maybe.
like it.
Yeah, well, they're having some bad weather up there, I know.
Yeah, the weather's crazy everywhere. It snowed in Arizona.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's snowing right now in Denver.
Yeah, it didn't snow where I live, but it snowed about 20 minutes from here, down in Scottsdale. People are going
Wow.
nuts. And all the tourists think it's so cool. All the local people think this is nuts.
That's good.
Anybody ever hear from West Mexico?
I heard he died.
Who died?
I
Wes
heard
Mix.
Wes Mix died.
Oh, yeah, I heard that too.
That's unverified, Peter, but I heard he died. The last time he was seen that I know of was down in Florida around your neck of the woods, Peter. Or a little bit further south, down there where Ira lives, down in Punta Gorda.
Oh, yeah.
He
Well,
was
he's
down there.
really,
I sent him an email about 6 months ago and never got an answer.
He was working with Pat O'Brien. You know Pat O'Brien, Peter?
yeah.
Yeah.
He was working with Pat O'Brien down there.
Well, he was living in Aurora, Colorado.
Well, that's where
Right?
Snake Nose are from, Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah. Professor West.
Wes was a great musician and multi-talented on all the instruments and all that. But boy, he could argue with everybody.
That's right. That's right.
But
He was really
West
talented.
Mexico, the river.
Around
West
here, go
Mexico.
ahead. Excuse me, go ahead.
Here's a picture of Fred with Joel at their last reunion.
West
Good picture.
Mexico.
Yeah, that was at the 25th reunion, or the 50th.
That was 50th, yeah,
Yeah, 50th reunion.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know,
That's a good shot.
yeah, that was actually just a still from my video. I just did a freeze frame of it. The 50th reunion, I have the entire thing put together and I sent Tom a link, but I'll put it on the next invitation to where you could get the whole thing, or Chris can put it on the website, or if you want to download it directly from my Google Drive, you can get the whole thing too. I'll put the link up to where you can just get it directly from there. And
How long does it run about?
it's an hour, 52 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
That's from the time we did, well, I have everything from the playing in the bar, but when we first got there, and then the upstairs thing that the band played, and also the mustache stories that everybody told with Joel.
Right.
And after that, then the warm up for the Carnegie Hall and where everybody did that. And then I also have the t-shirts Joel gave out after Carnegie Hall.
Well,
So
that sounds
all
like
together on the same video.
a big party where everybody needs to get a bunch of beer and peanuts. And so
That's what I
Yeah,
did.
bring some popcorn. Well, we're not going to show it during this, but I'm just saying, but you can, I've been showing little clips of it here and there. But yeah, the whole thing, I put it together finally. And
that's a good job.
yeah, I'll send. And also I have parts 1 and 2 of the New Haven. I have the first day in a hotel
Uh-huh.
and the whole performance in the bar. That was that almost ran 2 hours because we played, and then I put in the other band that played too, since the
The
mustache
other-
guys were mixing in with them. And
That's
then
good. They jam with them.
yeah. And the only thing I haven't put together yet was just the last part when the band played for a while at the hotel, and I did some interviews. I still got to finish that, so.
Well, come on,
Look
man.
forward to it.
Yeah, it's almost done. The only thing is this one guy I can't get his interview yet. And it's me. Me and Bonnie were supposed to do an interview. Tom and Emily sent me theirs, and so because I was holding the camera, so I didn't get to do one. So, but I promise I'll do that, and then we'll put it together.
You get to rehearse yours.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna wear a smoking jacket and have a background with,
That's right, yeah. Sitting in your easy chair.
yeah. It's not gonna be somebody just walk up to me with a camera and say, tell me everything you know about the Mustang.
With his pipe in his hand.
Yeah, hit my pipe, you know. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, so I was looking because I know I had some stills also from the 50th reunion. I was looking for it now. Scans. Oh, that's the old scans. I forgot about that. Well, these are just some other scans I got. Some old pictures. Here's Roger.
The hell?
With his bell bottoms on.
What I got in my hand? An egg?
What's that? Looks like a snowball.
I think it's
Looks
an
like
egg.
Snowball.
Looks like, yeah, that's right. It's a snowball from Arizona.
It's like your
looks like
father's mustache meets Woodstock.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was sometimes in those days,
Yeah.
people thought I was some Chris Christopherson in a hotel I was at down in Florida, traveling around.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Archer
Well,
Nancy.
Remember, we used to play the New Riders of the Purple Sage when we were before and after work, when we were setting the tables and striking. We used to, and some John Denver. Our before and after work music was pretty cool, you know.
I've never seen that picture before.
Yeah, actually, the way I got these, I found a pile of negatives at the Mustache one night. It was, and I brought them home, and I have a negative scanner, so I scanned them, and so I don't know if they ever did print those or not. But I think it might have been the day Barry was shooting pictures.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because no, I'm sorry, I didn't find the negatives. I found a contact sheet. That's what it was. Let me show you. The contact sheet was just
Right.
like left for trash, I think, and I picked it up. And I was able to enlarge some of these pictures.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's you with the ball up there in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even picked up mustache trash.
That's trash.
A lot of us did that around 1 o'clock in the morning every night.
Yeah, cleaning up my attic, and I found a
Look at that shit.
mustache stuff, bag of mustache stuff.
I like that bag.
Yeah, yeah. Remember the Schlitz buttons they would give us?
Vespa, yeah.
Yeah. Passes, I got passes. I brought my Jews harp that I played with sometimes when I was doing washboard, you know. It was like,
Oh, that's a great collection.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna throw it in the Mardi Gras parade next year.
there you go.
Just see if
Well, guys, it's dinner time here. I'm gonna sign off for this week and
This
get
was
some dinner on the table.
See
It's
you,
nice to
Chris.
be back in the States and see you all again this close, you know.
Yeah,
There you go.
Nice to see you, Chris.
much closer, much.
Yeah,
Good to see you, Chris.
Good to
Bye,
see you
Chris.
all. Take
All right,
care,
have a good
guys.
night,
I'll
Chris.
see y'all
Nice
later
week.
too.
I'll send you an
Hello.
email with the links too, Chris, okay?
See you, Barry.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Bye, y'all.
Okay.
All right, Barry.
See y'all next week.
Bye,
Take care.
guys.
David.
See you next week.